Hey, what do you know? We're back in Avernus. We're back in hell, and the last time we left off, this lovely group went into hell, fought their way through the streets, saved some people, believe it or not, came to a cathedral, and there was the great epic raptor versus crab battle of 2021. The raptors won. And I feel like if it wasn't for the raptors, people, there would be some corpses right now. We'd have a bit more corpses.
Yeah.
And now we left off after that battle ended, and I don't know what you guys were doing. You were doing something. Wanted to take a rest, I think.
Yeah.
I suppose so.
If you guys do want to rest, can we get all the people with us too?
You can only fit so. Well, it depends. How are we gonna rest?
I can do tiny hut, good berry, and create water.
So you can only get so many people in that hut. Just so you know. So no raptors.
9?
So,
10 for some reason.
I guess if we take a good corner, we could probably tiny hut ourselves because we're the most important asset.
Oh, 100%.
And then we could have the raptors protect the common folk.
It is 9.
Until they disappear, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
How long do the raptors last for?
Let me check.
Probably like an hour if I had to guess.
You've had them since...
Jesus.
Not really long.
Outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hasn't been that long yet.
I advocate for myself being in the, hut since I do a lot of healing and I'm pretty squishy and small. Fuck these other people. They just happen to tag along.
I could sort of get behind that.
If they want to get protected, then cool, but, they didn't help us in this fight, so...
1 hour, yeah.
How many do we have?
5 of us and 9 of them.
Okay,
7 of
so
them.
we can get 5 of us, and then children.
The tattoo artist.
Oh,
Is
yeah,
that-
too,
Artist.
for sure. So 6 of us.
So 6. Then we'll fit as many children if there are children, then women, then men.
Is tiny hut concentration?
No. But if you
Could I
leave
just
it,
do?
if you leave it, it disappears.
Oh, okay, never mind.
You have to stay in the tiny hut for the whole time, or else anytime you step out, it goes away. You can pop your head out, but if you completely leave it, it disappears.
We get a symbol to see how big 10-foot radius is.
It's pretty snug.
Damn. 10-foot radius.
It's pretty snug. Here, if you can see
Alright,
my
this
aura.
staircase is a
that's
10-foot
it.
radius.
Yeah, there you go. That's the. This is it right here. We're pretty snoog.
You want to try moving people and see how many we can fit in here?
Okay.
It says how many you can fit total in there in the spell.
Oh, it does.
Yeah, you can only have so many creatures in there. I think it's 9. I think it's 9 mediums or 4 large or something like that.
I'm not seeing. Let me check. Oh yeah, 9 creatures of. Medium size or smaller can fit.
I'd probably be fine outside, right? I don't. Outside the hut, not outside this building.
They go out there if they want.
How are the people reacting? What are they doing right now?
I mean,
Standing
they're
around?
kind
Are
of just...
they being useful? Are they?
They're kind of just,
preparing themselves?
they're following you. They told you guys this place was a safe haven. It's clearly not.
Wait a second. I just got a brilliant idea. Okay. What if we find a little or a one-way room or a room with only one exit? We fit all of them in that room, and then we tiny hut
Set one
at
fire.
the door.
Oh, okay. Different idea.
Bam!
set them on fire, then tiny hut at the door.
Burn all the oxygen.
Yep.
Sir, try.
While you guys are figuring out where to set up, I'm gonna take a look. I'd like to stealth my way up to these spiral staircase to see what's up there.
Sure, roll me a stealthy melty.
Cause I'm curious. Okay. +5, and because of those, I got no baggage. Oh wow. Okay. First roll 5. Second roll also a 5. 10.
10. Okay. Let me do something real quick.
Or perhaps.
I'm gonna be moving you
Ooh.
to a mappity map. I actually should probably copy your token. Unless you don't want to move your token up here just yet. So I'll just, I actually do have to move your token so you can see the map.
Yeah, that too. Oh, we way up there? No, we not.
Copy. Paste. Boom. You see the map?
I do.
So as you walk up the stairs, you see situated atop this balcony area overlooking the cathedral is a magnificent pipe organ. Its ivory keys practically glow, even as its ebony keys seem to absorb all light.
Oh, so they spooky dark keys.
And you see 2 curtains blocking your view from further.
Alright, well, no one saw me, so I'm gonna work my way down.
Just going back downstairs, or?
Yeah. Working my way back downstairs. I saw what I needed.
Wee.
So I hear this cordial invitation in my frickin' mind, I guess. Hen, you see in your book, an organ, the musical kind. It might be useful for a distraction if we need to leave.
So good of you to explain what kind. I actually had questions, but now they are answered. Thank you.
You know, I figured you would, so I did clarify. That was my little escapade, if anyone else is doing anything.
But should we find a room not this big so we could do my idea, or do you guys have other ideas? Oh.
No, that sounds good.
What did you find upstairs? Did you explain all that to all of us?
I will now. It's a balcony area. There are some curtains. I didn't check past them, but there's no one up there. And there's also a pipe organ, so I assume that it's still going to be very loud.
Did you play it?
Did you hear me play it?
I mean, I'm downstairs. I don't know. I didn't hear any additional organ.
No, I didn't.
Player Alex is hearing. Oh.
No, I didn't touch anything.
Avernus just has perpetual dark organ playing.
God.
And a choir.
This is
A Latin choir.
all of these little cutoffs, by the way, these are curtains blocking your view, just as a reminder. The balcony that you walked up to would have cut off like right here, and it had an overview of the behind these curtains.
Oh, right.
This is big.
Would I have seen anything past there?
Not moving past the stairs, probably not, but you would have seen the fact that the it was a balcony that overlooked the cathedral proper.
Okay. If we're gonna take a look into there, though, the up on the balcony would be the best place.
All right.
I think we
Let's
should go
get her
upstairs then.
On the balcony, yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah, why not?
All right.
So I guess everybody going upstairs.
Yeah, sure you don't want to check down here first?
Nah. Screw that.
It's annoying moving like 50 tokens, so just assume that these fools are with you guys. Alright, is that Gucci with everyone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. I accidentally double. Oh no, I'm screwing everything up. I accidentally, instead of pasting all of you guys, I accidentally copied Jerifel twice.
So many Jerifel.
I
He is
see this as an
the
absolute win.
He is the many.
Yeah.
That is accurate. You are not wrong, sir. I hate when you move tokens and copy paste on another map that has dark vision. If the tokens aren't exactly on the square or on our single bit off a line, the dark vision doesn't trigger. And it's just a black screen. Here you go. You guys see the organ and the balcony and the seats and then the other staircase that you can assume links up to the other staircase downstairs.
I want to go look at the organ more.
I want to go look at what's behind the.
Ooh, I'm gonna show you that. Because I can actually show you that. I will need to move your token, though, to be able to properly see things. You see this stuff.
Damn, that is a big organ.
And hold on, I will describe to you
Jesus.
what you see.
A lot of curtains.
Yes, lots of curtains.
Am I stepping on curtains right now? What is this?
Hold on. So in the middle, Jerifel, as you look down, you see an altar resting on a raised dais, in this broad hall. That's where your token is. Made of beautifully polished teak wood. It takes the shape of a gauntleted hand clenched into a fist. A large lever stands next to the altar, suggesting that it has some sort of mechanical function. And with that, I will move you back upstairs.
Oh yeah, we definitely want to touch that.
So these are
100%.
the curtains.
Thanks.
To answer your question, by the way, Thanaris, that you whispered, the answer would be no, but potentially knows someone who does.
What about the second question that was in there?
What was the second question?
It's there.
Oh, yes.
Alright. I'm taking the yes as my answer. I'm gonna give
Sure.
myself guidance and I'm gonna play this organ.
Okay. I meant more so yes as in, yes, the second part of the question.
Taking the yes as my answer.
So,
Give myself guidance and try and play a tune.
so as you sit down at the pipe organ, you instantly can feel that it's enchanted with very powerful magic.
Oh shit.
Give me a performance check, please.
Cool.
Performance or explode.
So 22 plus my d4, so 23.
22. You guys...
Performance.
Thanaris sits at this organ and begins beautifully playing it, and this powerful song begins resonating through the entirety of the cathedral, absolutely alerting whatever may remain. However,
We better get that dome up fast!
however, here's a fun thing. Everyone look at the chat, because this is what happens.
I'm sorry, do you too.
So all of you get it, but not me. You're welcome.
Bardic Inspiration for 24 hours?
Basically a d8 for all y'all but me.
Yep, because it's every other.
Wait.
Daenerys is a pink name, so I'm gonna have pink inspiration. And it's a D8
Yes.
there.
If you failed it, every devil that you faced in the next combat encounter would have advantage on all their attack rolls.
Yeah, that's not good. I'm glad I passed it.
You should play it again.
No, I'm good. This organ is like 4 times my size as a character, so I'm probably tired running back and forth trying to reach these keys too. I'm like, no, my arms aren't long enough for this. Too small. Well, that was enjoyable. I guess we should.
Do you have a lot of music experience?
I mean, I don't know. I just kind of know how to play stuff sometimes.
The song that Thanaris played is the song that's currently playing.
Damn. Okay.
I don't know, man. The shield told me I should do it, so I did it. Here we are.
I guess that shield is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
If I go up to these stairs, can I hear like devil noises?
Give me a perception check.
I will give you a perception check.
You
Oh my
do
God.
indeed hear the sounds of what can best be described as infernal barking getting closer.
Okay. We got things coming up over here. Could we, Jerfel, how about you come stand over here? Let's just prepare for this.
You talked about a dome. Any chance you can get that up with our ad before we get attacked? Because I may run the whole 9 health to us.
I would need about 11 minutes to do that.
That's probably fine.
I don't think we have.
Probably fine.
You think? I don't know if that's probably fine, man.
Maybe ambush them.
We could probably give you 11 minutes, right, guys? You guys are big and strong.
Hey, don't ritual cast. That'll be my advice. Then
Hey,
maybe
so-
we can.
Which side of these bleachers are the high end? Or even are these?
Bleachers, got it.
The high end is the side facing the balcony.
Cool.
What
The
are
other
these
issue-
stairs made out of?
Teak wood.
Would it be a very flammable wood?
I'm tempted to say no, because why would they put flammable things in a cathedral?
That's also in hell.
It wasn't in hell when it was
Because-
made.
Who doesn't want to see a cathedral burn?
So you say that. But I know many a church, and by that I mean one, that burnt down, so.
Hey, they're rebuilding it.
That means there's flammable things inside. Hmm. Okay, I don't have really anything to set up.
What are the chairs made out of?
Everything's made out of the same teak wood.
Is it flammable?
Isn't that what Hogarth just asked?
Yeah,
I thought you said
exactly.
something else.
I'm pretty sure that was like the same set of questions.
The exact question. Same ones.
Like, are we in a time loop?
Are all of these bleachers connected together, or could I like somehow pull a bleacher over to the stairs?
They are connected.
Oh. Okay. Huh.
What about we just plan an ambush?
Further question, are they connected to the ground? Or are they just sitting there?
You know what? Why not? Hold on.
Yeah, that's what I'm more saying.
They're
I don't know
connected
why
to the
they-
ground.
Okay.
Damn it.
I'm just gonna let D100s decide from now on these questions.
I don't have much to set up a trap, so maybe you guys do. I don't know.
Do they have any oil lamps anywhere?
I don't know.
Hogarth and Jarrafel, give me a perception check.
Woo! Flat roll. 1.
1. Okay. Well,
I turned around.
I would have given you a surprise round. However, as you all are too busy talking and figuring out a plan, 2 burning hounds, led by a devilish-like creature, ascend the staircase.
Panda? Oh, that's not a panda.
We could die here, guys.
Could we?
Initiative.
No.
I
way.
mean,
Die
I'm in
Yeah.
not great spot as far as like magic is concerned.
You stay
How-
back there.
Tall is the roof for personal questions? Asking for a friend.
Let's see here. I may or may not have that information for you, sir.
Okay. Let a
Let me-
D100 decide.
Let a D100 decide.
100 feet tall.
Okay, so if the bottom floor to the top of the balcony is like 20-25 feet high, you have a good 50 feet.
Okay, sweet. Thank you.
Hellhounds. I'm thinking of Call of Duty. It's a Hellhound round.
Right.
Where am I? Fetch me their souls. Are they under Hellhounds? What the hell are they under? Yeah, they are. They're under H. Who would have guessed?
Not me, dude.
Nah, bruh.
14.
Oh my god, we're level 5.
That's funny. And the Maragon. Where's he at? Where's his sheet? Where's this boy's sheet? Hello? M? There's the letter M. I almost said the number M, and I'm disappointed in myself. Kablooey! Well, the Hellhound. This Hellhound's up first.
First.
And this Hellhound is gonna
What's
rush.
what's that last thing's initiative? What's his dex modifier?
Oh,
I might get to go before him.
Merigorn
Uh-huh.
has a... Oh god, I lost him again.
DM,
I'll
my
try
apology, I forgot to roll the
yeah.
raptors. Yeah.
Oh,
I have a,
yeah, we're
I have a
not going
plus.
down.
I have a +3 to my dex.
They have a +2.
Nice.
Okay. Well, the Raptors go first. Shocking no one.
They're at the top of the steps, right?
They are, so they cannot be currently flanked. This one's like up here.
But this one can.
This is staircase. If you send... no, because the stairs, the bleachers are high up, and this is down low. I'm gonna say you gotta be on level for flanking.
Okay. So how my raptors? They can just go like 5. They can go. Where are you at?
They can get there.
Go for Raptors. Attack.
Yeah. 5, 10,
Not even gonna
15,
need
20.
to- They're just gonna come.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 25. 5, 10, 15, 25, 30.
So
I guess
just for the sake of things, just to let everyone know, this is each stair, each bleacher is 5 feet higher than the rest. So going here to here is 5 feet. Going here to here is 5 feet higher, 5 feet higher, 5 feet higher, 5 feet higher.
Oh, so then would they have not been able to move there then?
No, it's fine for now, but just letting everyone know, each bleacher is higher than the last.
Yeah, my bad for that. And I guess the raptors will begin the onslaught.
You can hit with 3 of them.
This one here, he has pack tactics.
Yes, sir.
So 2 bites.
They
2 claws.
both hit. Well, pack tactics is just 1 attack.
Yep.
So the bite hits, the claw hits. Okay.
Time for the second one.
Yeah. And that's a miss.
So would that be 9 or? Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Third one.
Uh-huh. Hit and miss. Okay.
So that'd be 11.
Yeah. Alright.
That's it.
Okay, Hellhound. What's Hellhound?
Reaction. Halo of spores. Take 3 damage.
Can't
Come on,
save.
you know you want to fail. God damn it.
So that's no damage?
That's no damage.
Okay, with this... Is that in a 5? Oh, 10 foot. This guy has to make the save too.
I think it only targets 1. Am I right? Yeah, it targets 1 creature.
Oh, right, and this was the one starting its turn, not the lower health one. Okay. So this Hellhound is going to 5, 10, and let's see here. Let us see something. Yeah, that's about right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Bye bye raptors.
Yeah, it gets all the raptors, and I'm not gonna say it gets Jericho, but it definitely gets the raptors as he opens his breath and exhales a giant cone of flame. So I need a DC 12 Dex save from each, from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 raptors.
Would pack tactics come into play here
Nope.
or not?
That's
Alrighty
just
then.
attacks.
You said Dex?
Yes.
So first one.
Success. Success. Fail. Success. 1, 2, 3 for fail. 2 more.
How many more do I have to roll? 2?
Success. Success. So 2 of them
Oh,
take full
66
damage.
Fire damage.
66. And the others take half at 23, but 2 of those raptors, I'm just gonna... Yeah, you can kill them yourself. 2 of those raptors are completely roasted, and the others take half of 23, which is some number.
12.
Yes, indeed. 12 damage to the rest of those raptors.
These 2 will be the dead ones. That's cool.
Yep, I shall... You can put their health to 0 just so we know, but I will also put an X over them. Blip and blip. And the others take 12. So that was that Hellhound. Jerifel. Things are getting hot.
Yeah, just kind of singe some of me. That's not cool. I didn't realize these were that high. I was gonna ask for like height advantage, but I'm really high up.
Hey, but you got really long arms.
I do. That's equal to 10 feet. That's not enough. If I were to like swing down, grabbing the bleacher with my arm, would I be able to get down without taking fall damage?
Give me, you can give me an acrobatics. Or an athletics.
Okay. I will muscle my way down.
Muscle.
21.
You just slide down. You kind of do the whole, like, superhero thing. You grab your hand into the side of the bleachers and just begin raking the side of the bleachers to slow your fall.
Yeah.
And you make it to the ground unscathed.
Actually, I would have done it over here. Over to the side and step up and then smack that guy.
Fair.
I will rage smack that guy.
Rage smack.
Specifically. Bonk. Okay. It seems still occupied, so I will also recklessly rage smack that guy.
Awesome.
Oh, thank God. 18?
That hits.
18. 2d6 plus 6. Hey, 12.
Nice.
12.
Some good damage.
Yeah, and then I attack again.
Do it.
Oh.
Okay, so it's a 5. And that was cocked. But that's a 3, so a 5 plus 12?
12 misses.
Okay.
But with each attack, both from the raptors and from Jarrafel, all of you can see that when the bites and the claws and the swings cut into the hellhounds, you can see their molten blood flash and flare and just go flying out as if lava itself is spewing onto the ground.
I appreciate my 10-foot reach right now. Ancestral Guardians, by the way.
Gotcha.
Disadvantage and resistance.
Noise. Hogrith.
Okay. I just want to make sure this isn't really 15 feet, right?
No, he's downstairs a little bit.
But that also means, like, if I walk over here, I don't get attack of opportunity by this guy?
Yes, you are a bit higher up.
Cool. I'm gonna do that.
I'd probably give it to him, but at disadvantage.
That's fine with me.
So he's gonna try and nosh on you. Kablooms!
Yikes. Okay, that hits.
As you begin to take a step down the bleachers, it just kind of catches your legs with these fiery jaws, and you take 7 piercing damage and 6 fire. As you can feel the flames kind of streaking through your wound.
Not fun. Okay. If I walk over here, is that 15 feet?
He's still kind of down the stairs a little bit.
God damn. Okay. I'm gonna just can I just jump on top of him?
Sure. Give me an athletics. just a stomp on him. 12. I'm gonna give him a dex save.
15 feet.
Let me give him a dex save to see if you land on him. Dexterity save. Not an advantage. You do not land on him, and he is right here.
But I'm in 15 feet.
Yes.
Okay, my tattoo's gonna lash out and grab onto him.
Okay, strength save?
Yes.
Strength save. Kablooski.
Ah, okay. 5 force damage and grappled.
Nice.
I don't think there's anything else I want to do on my bonus actions, so I'll run away and take out attack of opportunity. Run down the stairs.
Okay, you are running down the stairs. He will attempt to swing his large halberd at you. Kablooey.
Okay.
As you run away, he slashes your back for 8 damage.
God damn it. Okay.
Right.
I'm hurting.
Thaneris.
Well, hell.
I would be on this side of the stairs.
So I can see these 2 hellhounds from where I am, right?
You can see the hounds, you cannot see the Maragon.
That's fine. The hound that has taken damage, I am going to make some bells appear around its head. I'm going to cast Toll the Dead.
Which one? They've
Oh
both
wow,
taken damage.
that's really bad. We'll just go to the closest one.
Okay.
That's really bad D12 rolls. A 1 and a 2. But DC 16 Wisdom, or 3 Necrotic Demolish. So they get 3 damage, and... well, that's about it. I'm gonna 5, 10, 15, 20...
You've used up your shield, right? I forget.
Yeah, I have currently no more sorcery points, no more shield attacks. I got one class feature left and 1 spell slot left, and DM inspiration, and some potions. That's about where I sit, guys.
Oh yeah, everyone else, remember you do have a D8 because of the organ.
Yeah, I'm just gonna move over to so that was what, 5, 10, 15, 20. I'll move a little for like right there, 30 feet, like to the edge of the organ, as long as I'm within 60 feet of these brochachos.
Okay, and that's your turn?
Yeah, you also sit at the organ, playing it specifically.
I did, but I got all you guys good stuff, and me, well, I got to
like
work
Davy
out my
Jones.
organ. I got to work out my organ fingers, which sounds.
You know
really
what? Okay, I'm gonna give you something stupid. I don't know if you can add this to your sheet, but if you'd like to do it customly, you can be proficient in organs. Because why not?
The whole state?
Yeah, you are proficient in Oregon.
All right.
But only there.
But
So
only-
kind of not very useful here.
Guys, what you didn't know, Oregon is actually the 5th layer.
Oh, we missed out.
Oh, I know.
Okay, so the
I
Maricon...
can. It just looks blue now instead of black, and when I click on it, I can figure out why. I put in organ playing.
Nice.
And if you don't think I'm gonna try and change those words into playing someone's actual organs later, you are wrong.
I'm with it.
Good.
So the Maragon is up, and he doesn't like being grappled. He's just gonna try and break out of it. And that is a
Yes.
strength.
Do it.
He doesn't.
Haha, what a loser.
He's upset. And I'll say, Jarafel, you're a tall boy. The Maragon is still kind of down the stairs, but you can see him peeking out from around like the corner. Like he's stuck in place. You can see sort of tendrils
got,
wrapped
like, a-
around him.
Black inky net around him.
But it does look like he was attempting to get further up. He's around the bend and close to getting up. So where he is about maybe like 10, 15 feet below the stairs still, or down the stairs still, but he's getting there. Just for that knowledge for everyone. Thurai.
I'm gonna move about 5, 10, 15 feet and take a shot at this one with my longbow.
Okay. Matt?
I did not mean to do that.
Well, 16 hits.
Yeah. Cool.
Alright. This hellhound is spewing lava blood everywhere. He's you can see the flames in his mouth begin sort of dying down and fade away as he's looking not great. Is that your turn?
Before I do that, I ask Hen, can you finish it off to save the remaining raptors? And that's it.
Okay, Hen.
I try to do what I can, but to finish things off, I don't know. Anyways, I'm gonna fly up over, like, say, like, here, but, like, as high up as I can get, so, like, maybe, like, 35 feet.
You can see the Maragon.
So, yeah, well, and if anything continues to possibly come up the staircase, or the staircase over here, I want to be able to shoot them. And then I will, bonus action, bring my hex down on that one.
Okay.
That's still active because it's 8 hours right now. We haven't taken a rest yet.
Nope.
And I'm going to fire upon it with the sacred beams of my Pact of the Chicken Keeper.
Alright. Yes, you fire down, and this hound just combusts into flames and disintegrates on the spot.
Excellent. That is my turn.
Raptors.
It is now Revenge of the Raptors time. He jumps down. Curiosity. So this would be 5 feet. This would be 10 feet. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
Could you move this guy?
Can he move that guy? I mean, you can walk on top of the body. I'll just put him into background.
So I guess 5, 15, 20?
Yep.
I guess now it'll be Raptor Frenzy.
Go for it.
Okay, first Raptor.
Hits. Misses.
Okay.
So bite hits.
It's 4.
Uh-huh.
It's wrong. Shoot. Second one.
Bite and claw hits.
Third one.
Bite and claw hit.
Fourth one.
Yep.
Woo!
This one similarly just combusts into flames, dead.
Oh, and I guess the last Raptor will attack this guy.
The last raptor has to do some more movement, because technically he is 15 feet down.
Oh, yes. Then he will not.
Okay.
But I am going to do this. Crap. 5, 10, that's all you have left. 10. 5, 10. 25, 30. 10. That's it.
Okay. Jerfell.
So, would Hogarth be at the top of the stairs then?
Hogarth ran down.
I'm
Shit.
yeah, I'm way down.
I didn't mean to leave. I pressed the back button. How is he so far down?
I ran.
He
Oh, no,
he jumped down the stairs.
The dude that's near the top of the stairs, how is he 15 feet down?
And well, because the stairs on these maps aren't big enough to accurately describe it. The hounds got there
Okay.
before him.
That's fine. I guess I'll mount the ashes of the dog and, well, swing at him? Or I can't because he's down. How do I get on his level?
I'll say you can go here.
I'm not figuring this geometry out.
I'll just you can be like here just to accurately do it. He's like here. You can go like here.
Okay, for a 10-foot reach?
Yeah.
Oh, a 10-foot reach. Okay, I'm going to 10-foot reach right there, okay? Okay? With 5 feet in between us.
Yes.
Because we are
Okay, he's right here.
comfortably straight. We don't need to be close.
You're not in a hot tub.
Okay. Yeah, let's go for it. He looks trapped, but not particularly helpless. Ah, whatever. I'll just go reckless. Silly goose.
You goof.
Okay, that's a 4 and a 3. Wow, 11.
Misses.
And then that's a 12 and a 1. Fun stuff, 19.
That hits.
Yes, 2d6 plus 6. And Ancestral Guardians.
Yes.
13 and Ancestral Guardians.
All right. And Hogarth.
Alright. I'm gonna just walk up and stab this guy in the back.
Do it.
Do a little stab. You know, does that hit?
1 second. Just looking at something. That does not
Oh
hit.
my. Okay. Inspiration.
That does not hit.
This is for ability checks. Okay, I'm done. That's my turn.
You know, I like having fun here. We're all about having fun. If you want to use your knowledge of a past life on this, I'll allow it.
Yeah.
You know how to stab.
Oh,
That
wait, I don't
hits.
have it.
It's knowledge of a previous warrior life.
I know how to stab people.
Yeah, you do.
I
For
stab 'em
4
right in the back.
damage.
For
Can you
4
imagine?
damage.
The entire lineage of your entire genome was just a bunch of artisans, no fighters at all.
Oh god, this isn't the time to paint.
Alright.
Now it's my turn.
Daenerys.
Well, there doesn't really seem to be anything going on up here where I am.
Yeah, curtains.
Over here are the curtains, huh? These?
Yep, those squigglies.
Hmm. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I'm going to the curtains.
Alright.
Can I get through the curtains?
Yes, hold on.
I think I can just push myself through,
You
right?
can, but I'm gonna remove the Kablooski.
Cool. And I step through.
You
And
can
I see that
what looks
person.
to be a guard of some kind of the cathedral, and you can see them in armor. They have like a crossbow to their side, and they seem to be holding themselves, they're on the ground, arms on their knees, and rocking back and forth and talking to themselves.
Well, you know what I'm gonna do. I'm going to raise my voice with thaumaturgy. And I'm gonna be like, hey, get off your knees, you lazy ass, we got a fight in here. Come help us kill this thing.
Hold on a
I'm
second.
gonna try to aggressively persuade it
There's
to
a
do what I
roll
want
that
it
it
to do.
tells you to do for this. This is part of this. There's a roll that I need to scroll to. Yes,
You all
give
just hear me
a
yell really loudly.
persuasion.
Alright, persuasion. 3.
Okay. You see him look at you. He grabs his crossbow and immediately stands up. And I lied. It wasn't a crossbow at all. It was a spear.
Yeah, you know what? It's got a pointy end.
And he will join the initiative.
Cool, and I will point. Basically, I like to imagine that I walk through the curtains and I kind of push it to the side so it doesn't knock me on my ass, and I kind of just point in the direction where I came from as I'm yelling this thing 3 times louder than normal with my loud, booming voice from my small frame.
Okay.
But yeah, that's my turn.
The Maragon. There are people around, so he's just gonna...
Those wars.
Yes.
Hogarth did a thing.
Let me find his
It's really annoying that I gotta do this on the start of an enemy's turn.
sheet.
Sort of interrupt, so whatever.
Where is it? Looking at H, not M.
H&M.
Con save! Con save.
Damn it!
So he's gonna
Okay.
take 1 halberd attack at Jarafel, because he has reach,
Okay.
for a Kablooey. for 3
Hold on.
slashing.
Yeah.
And he's going to take a swing at disadvantage at Hogarth because of ancestral abilities. 9. Okay, thrive.
Question: if I go right here, can I look down the steps to see him?
Yes, you can peek over the edge.
Can I attempt to shoot him from there?
You may.
Cool. Could I pull him up the steps with a thorn whip?
Ooh.
Like to right here-ish.
Thorn Whip. Can you place someone with Thorn Whip, or does it just drag in a straight line?
I think it's just towards you.
Well, I mean, you can pick where it originates, right?
No, it's
Because you create a long vine like whip covered in thorns. It lashes out at your command toward a creature in range. Make a melee spell attack against it, blah blah blah. Yeah, 10 feet closer to you.
Wait, it's a melee spell?
Okay.
No, that's range, right? That's...
I think about it.
No, it is
If
a
you're 10
ranged thing.
Yeah.
But
If
it's
you-
like whipping. You're like using a whip, so it's it's
yeah,
a melee attack.
so
Interesting.
you could, but I'm going to say he would basically immediately collide with Jarafel, and because you're moving him, I'm also going to say it's going to break Hogarth's grapple.
Okay, I'll just take a longbow shot.
That shatters across his armor and does nothing.
Well, that's all I got.
Alright, Hen.
As a bonus action, I like point the gaze of my rod towards the enemy, and I definitely hex it. I hex
Yep.
its will to live, Constitution.
Alright.
Die already.
And I'm going to start shooting at it with my Eldritch Blast.
Hits
Group.
and misses.
Alright, 7 force damage, and then from the hits, 2.
Alright. Raptors.
He only has one reaction, correct?
Who? The boy? Yes.
Yes. Okay. 5, 10, 15, I guess. Raptor's pack tactics.
The bite misses, the claws hit. 4.
I guess he gets an attack of opportunity, because I'm going to pull him back.
Yeah, you know? Let's kill this raptor. Let's kill another one, come on. I believe. Yes,
Yeah,
that's another
raptor dead.
dead raptor.
Five, 10, 15, 20. Raptor takes an attack.
Claw hits, the bite misses. Alright.
30. 5, 10, 15,
No.
25.
The stairs, yeah, the stairs are convoluted. The raptor would be stuck here with full movement.
Oh, he would?
Yeah. At least that one would be.
Could I put him right here on the edge, kind of, or not?
I'm gonna say no.
What about right here? Just 5, 10.
could with a dash. The stairs are
never
weird.
mind.
The stairs are weird.
Yeah.
Forbidden geometry.
I guess we'll just move the raptors closer, but that's it.
Okay. Trevik, the guard, is going to take his spear in 5, 10, 15, 20, 24, 30, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and rush through the curtains. Jerifel.
Alright, I guess I'll reach over the raptor and take 2 swings. At Reckless.
Mm-hmm.
Even though a 14 plus 7 definitely would have hit.
Yes.
Well, it's a 14 again, so that's 21 to hit the first time.
Yep.
And I won't be able to attack anything else anyway, so... Yep, 2 21s.
Yeah, he's dead.
46 plus 12. $19.
Yeah, he dead.
Thanks. Thanks for indulging me. I assume there's nothing else about to destroy us, so I'm gonna take back that rage.
I need to find out. I'm gonna go down to his body. Is his head a mask or is it actually his head? I think like we talked about it before.
Did we talk about this?
I really need to know. I'm not,
I did. At least I was not paying attention.
Yeah.
It's, you know what? It's a mask.
It's a mask. I take off his mask.
Just
And
empty
I don't
space
know.
underneath it.
What the heck? Okay.
But he has a body. He has a physical body.
Yeah, I don't care about the body.
So you now have a Maragon mask.
No, I'll just throw it back at the body.
Okay.
I just needed to know.
Hey, guys.
Yeah.
Can we all make an agreement?
No.
Hear me out.
Okay.
No more organs until we're fully healed. Because if we're attacked in, we're probably dead.
That wasn't my choice.
I mean, just to be safe.
I'm gonna take a sneaky peeky past this
Sure.
curtain.
Did anyone see where the nearest one?
I think up here.
As long as she's not dead. That's all that matters, really.
So, let me do something. God, this music is so badass. I can't help it. So this room here and this room here, they are 2 defensive turrets. Decorate this area. There are arrow slits in the walls. Seems like a simple defensive location. And then let me remove these doors here, because that's a room. Oop. This is another balcony that overlooks the outside of the cathedral where you all first entered. Right here. And Thaneris, give me a perception check, because the High Hall balcony has a pretty good overlook of the entirety of. Never mind.
I will call out. I think we found a good place to take a rest. Oh.
Oh, you're in the wall. Are you stuck? Do you need help? Do you need rescuing?
No,
Oh, and now you're outside.
I purposefully. Hold on. I can be directly in the middle of I'm in the middle of the line. Hell yeah.
Are you muted, Daenerys? You there? Are you live?
Oh yeah, sorry. I rolled the 7, then I rolled it again because I used the inspiration that I still had, and I added guidance to my second roll so
Okay.
that I could do it better the second time than
So-
the first time.
A 14. You're overlooking the city. You can see the direction you came. You can see the bridges that you crossed over. The city's still in flame. It is still burning husk of its former self. You can see creatures flying through the sky and over the streets. You can see other devilish creatures running through the streets themselves. From this balcony, though, high up on the hill that this high hall is perched upon, you do get a pretty solid overlook of the actual floor of Avernus itself. The blood-stained, burning ground of Avernus below Elturel, as Elturel hangs by the chains that currently hold it. And you see a sight that most would probably be pissing their pants at just from the sounds of it. You see devils of many different sizes with weapons of unholy infernal flames clashing with other sorts of creatures on the ground floor, and there's hundreds upon hundreds of either side of these armies just clashing and colliding with each other below the city.
I look over at the dude who I yelled at before and who's been leading me around. Is that what you're scared of?
That's one of the many things.
Well, point to the other things that are scary.
Well, most of my friends have been slaughtered. The guard is all dead. They attacked the High Hall. Most of the survivors went into the catacombs. I have no idea if they're alive. I've been up here.
Is there a safe way through this cathedral?
There are... hold on. 1 second. Yeah, so he will tell you what Jerifel saw earlier about how there's this central altar on the bottom floor of the cathedral, and there in the dais, an altar on the altar on the dais. There's a secret panel that opens up a staircase that will lead you to the catacombs, where hopefully the remaining survivors of the attack on the High Hall stand.
Makes sense to me. Who owned the organ that I played?
Oh boy, you're asking for a name I don't think is in here.
Let the D100 decide.
Let the D100 decide. Some random schmuck of a priest.
Nice.
He's probably dead now. He has no name.
Okay. Well, I think we're gonna stay here and rest for a little while before we continue. Or at least I'm gonna stay here and rest.
Okay. It sounds like you've cleared out a decent amount.
Mm-hmm. There are a bunch of people that came with us that are downstairs, so they might need more help.
Okay. I'll go see to them. I'll see if I can't bring them to the catacombs myself.
Okay.
Grabs his spear and begins walking off.
And I yell, because I still have thaumaturgy going, my voice being louder, like 3 times louder than normal. Don't kill that guy, he's friendly!
Each of you see a guard walk past, spear in hand.
and reflexingly almost goes to shoot him. It's like, oh, okay, don't kill him.
Don't kill
Okay.
him. He's cool. He's cool. He's cool. I think. Well, for now. And I just slump down and lean against this wall and start to try and think about going to sleep. To the sounds of demon war.
Could I cast Tiny Hut actually?
Sure.
I guess I'll go look for the other two.
Right.
Okay.
And this is where you're settled. Sure.
What you doing, Hogarth?
I'm trying to find people. I don't know where we are.
I have a raptor outside the room. It will guide you.
It is a sacrificial raptor.
Oh, is this it? Hello.
I'll be right back.
Thank you, spirit guide raptor friend.
If it's cool, I guess I'd cast 3 spells.
Yeah, if you
first,
got the
Tiny Hut.
slots.
Ritual Tiny Hut.
Alright.
Where are you at? Goodberry. And create water.
Alright.
So we have a place to stay, we have food, and we have water.
You know, before we all gotta go to sleep, I just need to ask.
Mhm.
Do we know how to get out of hell? Like, if we want to leave eventually?
I think we probably have to fly. I don't
We
know.
could.
The people who sent us here didn't say anything, right?
I also don't think we asked. Or maybe there's teleportation back out, who knows? I could probably
Can we kill the
do that
leader?
eventually, but you know.
How could we not ask? Did no one thought to ask? How do we leave hell?
I mean, to be honest, I didn't plan on it, but you know.
You're gonna stay here?
I mean, if that's what it takes, yeah.
I will say for everyone else, before the tiny hut is cast, when you come out here to this balcony, you do hear the sounds of clashing weapons and hundreds of different warring screams in infernal and various different languages. If you look over the edge, you can see what Daenerys saw, but as of where you are now, you just hear the sounds of all-out warfare.
Is this what it's
Great!
usually like in hell?
I mean, probably it is hell.
I assume so.
I mean, like, I don't know if it's normal like this or if there's an unusual war going on.
Well, imagine what it would be like if an entire city just got teleported into hell. Like, they wouldn't just go down instantly. I mean, they would kind of fight back for as long as they could.
Everyone give me a religion or history check, your choice.
I will do that.
Religion or history?
I'm gonna do history because
Just
Ooh,
because
dang.
why not? Can I roll it for the Raptors too? Just because why not?
You can, but I'm not going to give them that knowledge.
That's fine.
The Raptors are not going to know.
They're
Even if they get a
religious
natural 20. So, Therai, Hogarth, you guys, you've heard talks, or you've read in books, or you've heard other figures talk about what you know to be called the Blood War, or the Blood Wars, is a war that has been lasting for centuries upon centuries upon centuries in the Hells. You know the base of it. You know that two different factions, you could say, war out. You know one of them to be devils. With the 19 religion Thaneris, you peek over the edge of the balcony more and you stare at the war going on below Elturel. You know what the Blood War is. It is a bloody, dangerous, violent, all-out war between the devils of the Nine Hells and the demons of the Abyss. The demons want the Hells for themselves, and the devils, well, they don't like that.
I will share that information. I'll be like, well, if you look over here, you'll see that the more devil-looking creatures, obviously, they're the locals, they're from here. They're the devils of the Nine Hells, and those ones over there that look different, they're the demons of the Abyss, and, you know, they're trying to, well, take over. It's basically a land grab, and one doesn't like the other trying to infringe on their property and take it, and it's basically just whoever survives gets to claim the land. So, you know, what every war is fought over.
Now that everyone is looking over the edge again, you can all give me another perception. All of you can give me a perception if you're looking over the balcony. Wow. Wow!
My speech of history and religion recollection is very good.
Is the ride taking a peek over the balcony?
Yeah, there's a tiny hut up, so we can't leave it.
Okay,
You
so
can always recast if you want to, or I can tell you, whatever.
Okay, so Jarafel, an 8.
Jerfil is just paying attention to the math of like, oh wait, but an infinity doesn't change if you add 9 to it.
You're busy with that, and you're busy looking over just the war itself. You can see large figures clashing with other figures down below, some winged, some skinny, and shadows boiling over them, just clashing together. Hogarth, Hen, and Thaneris, my god. As you're peeking over the edge, as Thaneris tells you all of this, you see the war going on. However, you spy a few more interesting, I guess, points of interest going on down in the battlefield. On the side of the devils, you can see a large winged fiend with this great, almost trident-like weapon in their hand, and this large metallic blackened helmet on their head, and you can see them commanding forces. They tower maybe a good solid 15-20 feet above the rest of the devils that they're commanding. And another interesting thing that you spot kind of off in the distance, the war is raging for miles upon end. There's just devils, demons clashing as far as the eye can really see. The majority of the fight seems to be under Elturel itself. And you do see under Elturel, it seems to be the river Styx flowing underneath. And you can see large behemoth-like creatures swimming out of the river and acting as almost a transport for these devils as it opens its mouth and more devils come rushing out with weapons brandished. And finally, a very interesting sight the three of you see. You see, cutting through the battlefield, you see train tracks.
Ooh.
You just see train tracks.
Capitalism stops for no one.
Hin will look at everyone and go, so if we get trapped here and we're here for a while, I'm just throwing out there on a list of things that I'm writing in my book right now, we're gonna rob whatever train that is.
And as Hen says that, you guys hear the sound of a very loud, infernal horn just blasting throughout the entire city. It is louder than the organ that was played. It is echoing throughout. You can only imagine almost the entirety of the layer of Avernus. And you can see from behind a large rock, if you follow the train tracks, there's this large rocky pillar. You can see, at first you just see spikes. Jagged spikes. And then the spikes begin moving. And slowly, one by one, you begin seeing train cars covered in these jagged spikes. And on top of each of the car, you can see devils manning what look to be large, hellish, infernal ballista that are just firing into the crowd of demons.
What the fuck? They have ballistas?
Mounted on top of a hell train.
Jesus.
And you can see this thing is just plowing through the hordes of demons, just cutting them down to bits.
Cool.
And that is everything you see with those high rolls.
Okay.
I guess Jeriphil turns around hearing whatever the hell that was.
It's a train.
Here.
That's what it looks like. Look. Come see for yourself. It's right there.
Pointed out, you would indeed see the infernal train chugging along and just firing these large, jagged spikes from the top of these ballista into the demonic crowds.
I'm gonna be honest, I think I sort of like it here.
We knew you would come around eventually.
Maybe, Hogarth. Maybe that's how you get home. You take the train.
The Doom train.
That's probably it.
Exactly. So I think we should rest and then board the train.
Wow. Would you guys want to fight in this war?
You
Instead
wanna
of going
fuck
back
with
to
the war?
Baldur's Gate?
I mean,
We'll think about it later. Let's just
Yeah,
go to sleep.
let's sleep on it.
I would offer you guys some. Sorry. I'd offer you guys some good berries and water first.
Nice. I consume them, thankfully, and roll over to go to sleep.
You guys long resting or short
So-
resting?
I'd say we long rest if we can.
Yeah, I'm not about to short rest. We'll let the people downstairs die.
I'm assuming if there are legends about the war that's currently going on, it's still going to be there by the time we wake up.
I will train for 4 hours.
Alright.
And also, the guy said he's gonna take them to the catacombs. They should be safe.
True.
Or they're all dead now.
Yeah, one of the two.
Yeah, those people aren't alive anymore.
I can send the
Well,
raptors down
that's
just
too
to
good.
keep them safe for a bit.
Okay, so eventually the raptors would disappear, so I'm gonna just remove them.
They just walk away.
Off into the raptor Feywild.
Yes. And with this long rest, would everyone be cool with like a 10-minute break?
Sure.
Yes.
Sure.
10-minute break starting now. Be back in 10 minutes. And hey, we're back. And long rest happened. And the raptors are gone. And what's the gang doing?
Well, we can either just go down into those catacombs that dude I yelled at was talking about, or I guess we can go out to the middle of a quite literal field of war to a train. Lots of things that will kill us.
I'd like to see where the catacombs go.
You don't want to launch yourself into the middle of a battlefield and get yourself killed?
Oh, by the way,
not yet.
the like 20-story tall winged creature you saw on the battlefield commanding the devils was one of these.
Ooh, snap.
Hey, we need to get that guy. What do we need? We need to get the wing.
Oh god,
Yeah.
so many things just fell off my desk.
We need to get the leader's wing.
His wing or his blood?
Yeah, both.
For the tattoo guy.
The
right? Who might be
tattoo
dead.
needs some blood, but we got a quest on like a random board in a tavern for 5,000 gold for a wing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. Hogarth, hear me out. What if we get like some archfiend's blood? Imagine how powerful a tattoo that would be.
It would probably be pretty powerful. Do you know any archfiends?
I mean, we are now, so you could probably look left and look right and say, oh hey, there's an archfiend. Or somewhere eventually.
That's true, but I think we should focus on getting stronger first. I don't know how well we could hold off down here.
So the three of us are heading down the stairs.
Mhm.
Yes. You guys want to just put yourselves on the stairs?
Yeah.
It's like an elevator. Wait, no, hold the door.
Hold the door. This ain't Game
We're
of
just-
Thrones. Okay, let me move you down.
Oh yeah, the door that's the door originated in Game of Thrones. Forgot about that.
You all move down the stairs. Everyone give
Wait a
me
minute, those people, wouldn't they have been up top anyways? So when the guard just had to bring them down because they came up with us, I thought.
No, they stayed downstairs.
Everyone give me perceptions, please, as you walk down the stairs.
Woo!
Oh yeah, hold on, let me get rid of that one. Let me get rid of that one. Let me get rid of that one. Stop it.
Ooh.
I think I see y'all.
What is going on with what the fuck is this?
Let's see, Thurai and Hen, you see figures hiding behind both of these staircases, waiting, weapons drawn. And at the bottom of your staircase, you see another figure standing there. Let me show you what he looks like. A very fun figure. Let me fix his token real quick. You see this fella.
Quite a bishai.
And they all have weapons drawn, waiting.
Yeah, that guy actually looks sort of cool.
And I'm assuming they're all looking at us.
You can roll stealth.
I would love to, but I'm kind of grouped together
I
with a
am
bunch of
walking
people.
down here with the torch.
I got a big clanky shield on my back. So
I mean, I got a 23 if I could, like, go in front. They just don't look low enough on the stairs.
Yeah, you can go ahead.
Yeah,
I won't
they-
stop
they-
you.
they
If anything, you
are-
can probably just step over me.
Yeah,
So,
I'm,
like,
I absolutely can.
I mean, me and Thurai did come a bit late.
Yeah, you guys were at the back, and
I'm gonna.
there you go.
I'm just gonna ask for this.
Oh no.
Before they fight, can I say something to them?
You certainly can try.
The first one there, I'm gonna look at him, I'm gonna say, what the hell are you doing not at your post?
Huh?
Interesting choice.
And I'm gonna give him the best death glare I have and say, you get back to your post where I will personally send you to the next layer of hell, have you flayed, skinned, your knuckles cut off, and then fed to a hellhound.
Ooh.
And then
Okay.
cut up the hellhound and feed it to you, and then feed you to another hellhound.
You're looking
Move
at
now.
one of the cultists?
Yeah.
Okay. You can give me intimidation with disadvantage because he's being led by, you know, something worse than you.
Spooky. Oh.
Yeah.
Never mind.
And we can do some initiatives for everyone now, please. Where are the culty boys? Where are they at? I should replace all the cultists with crabs. Oh, you guys don't have the raptors. Oh shit.
It's over.
You guys lose.
It's
Over,
over.
guys. Time to go home. Well, our new home.
And then for the final feller, let me find his sheet. There he is. Let me turn off Whisper. Oh, these are fun creatures.
Mm-hmm. All hellish creatures are fun. Well, if you're not trying to be their dinner.
Oh, this cultist
Wow.
sees this, realizes no one's coming down his staircase. Is going to 5, 10, 15,
How inconsiderate of us.
5, 30. This guy is going to round the staircase and see you. He's going to take a step up.
I'm gonna use brace.
Creature
Oh,
being
snap.
wielding, you can use your Ooh, okay. That's a cool maneuver.
Bam! Brace
Okay,
yourself.
well, that's 25.
Yeah, that hits.
2d6 plus a d8 plus 4. So that's 14.
Oh, he's dead.
Whack!
Don't take away my sneakiness.
Just let it happen.
Okay, it's this guy's turn. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Hogarth.
Can I see this guy? Or is like the staircase blocking my view of him? I don't know.
You can see him if you look over the edge, but he is 15 feet down.
Exactly 15 feet.
Yeah.
Oh.
Do it.
You have
that's
fallen
convenient.
into his trap.
That's convenient.
Strength saving throw.
Oh, throw my inky net at him again.
Inky net.
Let's see. Strength save? 7.
Yeah. Get
Uh,
grappled.
Well, you grapple him, and then the grapple releases as the tendrils just pierce him dead.
Ah, okay. Damn. Can they can still move through the stairs. I'm staying where I am. That's my turn.
Okay. Hen.
Okay, so I'm going to put a hex on this guy. I can see him, right? Like,
Where
looking
you
over
are,
the-
this little section of the staircase is kind of wall where Thaneris is, and
Okay.
starts going into railing that you can see past.
Okay. I will. Can I like fly over her or whatever?
Yeah, you can fly. If you want to see the big fella, you'd have to fly out of the staircase.
Okay, I will do so. Still up off the ground, of course.
You want to just put a number in your little purple so I know how high up you are.
Sure. Pew, 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 pew. You said this place was like pretty tall, so I'm gonna say like 35.
Yeah.
That's a good number.
All right.
And I'm going to hex this one,
Okay.
seeing an option of tokens around me, but noticing they are the worst looking of them all. And then I'm going to shoot them. Some Eldritch Blasts.
Go for it. They both hit.
Sweet. 9 and 14. And then we need some hexes. So, 11, 25,
34.
30, yeah.
That is some
So-
good damage.
Yay! And that is my turn.
Okay.
I am a flying... Never mind.
This cultist is going to... Let's see here. Scroll back up to his sheet. Where are you? There you are. He's just gonna 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 right here. Thurai.
Can I see this guy? Right here.
You currently can't see anyone as there's a wall in that section.
Where's it at?
The wall where you are, this entire little bit of the staircase is wall. Where Thaneris is, it starts going into railing that you can see past.
Okay, understood. I guess I'd go right here and hold an action for conjure animals.
Okay, what's the what are you holding for?
Raptors.
Well, what's the trigger?
If I see someone get around here-ish.
Okay. Okay, Thaneris.
From where I am, can I see this guy or this guy?
You can see boom, boom, and boom.
Cool. That works. I want to shoot this guy.
Alright.
I'm gonna shoot him with a ray of frost. I see that it's very likely these guys are gonna try and chase us and try and pin us in, so I'm gonna try and slow him down a little bit. So I'm gonna use a 24 for 12 cold damage. And if he's alive, he has 10 less speed of movement. He has an icicle. Cool. Then I am going to... I'm already pretty short. So I'm going to try and just use what I have for movement to just step 10 feet up here so that I take myself out of line of sight for guys.
Okay.
So if that means squatting down behind the wall, do that. Or if I can just like walk up there since we couldn't see them, they can't see me. Okay. Yeah, then I will do that. Just make myself not a visible target.
Alright, Jareth.
Cool. Well, there's a wall here. This cultist is not making any commotion. And I rolled pretty well. If I were to peek around over here without be able to get a special sneak attack against that guy,
Yeah, I'd give it to you.
hell yeah! I'm gonna rage, jump out here, and cut across his chest.
Okay.
Hopefully. Let's pop that up and decrement that. And I will recklessly attack.
Do it.
Twice. Ooh, that's an 18, and that's a 1, so 25 for the first one.
That hits, absolutely.
And then 7 and 6, 14?
14 miss.
Okay. It's still gonna be 46 plus 6. What jam? 6, 8, 14, 20.
20 damage. This
20
guy
damages.
is not looking great. Not looking great at all.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great.
Okay, is that your turn?
Yeah.
Alright, he turns around, just cut up and bleeding. He snarls at you. He doesn't like this. He's gonna try and take flight towards Hen.
Okay.
I believe you can attack him, yeah.
Yeah, which should still carry the reckless, right?
I
Like
believe
it's just
so,
sort of
yes.
all? Okay. Oof. Wow, 10. No.
No, that misses.
Dang. Okay.
So, Hen, you have this devilish dragon fella in your face. And he's gonna try and attack you with his long sword.
That hits.
I didn't attack, but probably. Let's see.
It is at disadvantage, that is true, and you will have resistance to it if it hits. You just don't.
Yes.
Wait, why does he have disadvantage?
Because I hit him.
Oh, okay, sweet, sweet, sweet.
Your savior.
Yes, yes, thank you. You're
Is
doing.
the ancestral thing resistant to everything, or does magical
Yeah,
attacks?
it's resistant to everything.
Okay, so
Real
like
good.
a magical weapon doesn't go right through it.
Nope.
Okay, well I want to be safe, so he's going to use reckless attack to just get a normal roll on this.
Fair.
So this is the longsword at Hen.
Ooh.
That hits.
Hey, half damage.
For
And then
four.
he's going to try and strike you with a claw.
That hits.
Okay. Is ancestral on all of the attacks?
Yeah, it's for everything they do that turn.
Solid. I should play one of them.
So that's 4 and 3 damage to you, Hen.
Yes.
Wait, 4 and 3?
Yeah.
So 7.
And that's going to be his turn.
Thank you.
This culty boy, 5, 10, 15, right here, he's going to slash at you. At advantage, I
Okay.
believe, correct?
He has a high likelihood to hit.
Because you reckless.
Yeah.
Slashy.
Nope.
This other one's
I bat that one out of the way.
gonna line up right next to him.
I use my left hand to keep that cultist a little bit away from me.
Slashy.
That will hit.
That will hit indeed.
For 4 damage. Woo!
Yes. Oh, Garth.
Okay. 1, 2. Oh shit, that's far away. Okay. I'm gonna shoot at the flying guy
Okay.
with my long. Oh.
It goes right past. And
man.
you see the arrow fly up. It goes right past him, and the arrow comes down and sinks into one of the crabs.
Okay. God damn it. That's my turn.
Hen.
Yeah. Even with my friend's protection, I don't feel comfortable having this dude right up here in my face, and so I will scream for the chicken lich to get me out of this mess. In doing so, I will expend a second level spell slot, and I will thunder step.
Ooh, all right.
30 feet.
That is
Right there.
What save? Con save?
Yeah, let me roll that for you real quick. Sorry. DC 16.
At 20.
Damn. Wait, why was it at advantage?
He has advantage.
Oh, okay. So he takes half damage?
Oh wait, can I re-roll my bow for the reckless?
Can you reckless
This-
ranged?
Well, the guy reckless, right?
Oh yeah, he did. Oh man, that's unfortunate. He is on
What?
death's door.
Oh.
He has something he can do, I think. After you attack.
Oh. Well, also, I would use my bonus action to form of dread.
Okay.
As my I'm still like in the air, so like as like my like skin just melts and like blood starts just drenching down to the floor beneath me.
So the Abishai, in response to taking damage, is going to use a reaction, and he's going to fly down to you, Hogarth, and he's going to try and take a bite out of you.
His reaction.
Oh, snap.
Oh, you said death's door. How close is death's? Okay. Why? Why every time, man? Okay.
Gonna bite ya.
Yeah, that hits.
4 piercing and 1 cold. You got hit with fire, now you're being frozen.
Okay. That's fine though. It's not a lot.
Anything else, Hen, or is that you?
I would gain 8 temporary health. That's about it.
Okay. This cultist is gonna join its boss. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and right here, Thurai. Unfortunately, no one came around the corner. You see people, but the trigger was if they came around the corner. Haha.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I guess I'm gonna look at Jerifel. I'm gonna say, do you want me to bring back the pretties? Say that to Jerifel and Hen.
Jerifel is mooted.
I guess I would like grimace and be like, save him for later.
Cool. I'd go 5, 10, 15, and I would say hasta la vista. Or not.
Or not, as it misses.
I'd pull back 20, 25, 30.
This
That's it.
campaign does not like longbows.
Daenerys. Also, I hope everyone who uses a longbow is keeping track of their ammunition.
I have been. I'm responsible.
Is it okay if we collect them?
10.
You can certainly try and find them, but do keep track of your ammo.
Which one of these guys was looking like they were on death's door?
The white boy.
Alright, so looking down at them, I am going to... I know we're in hell, so I know fire's probably not as strong. I just slowed a guy down with ice, but this dude's already attacking somebody, so that's not really going to do what I need to do. Well, nothing's ever really resistant to this. Normally this is effective if it works, so give me a DC 16 dex save, or some Radiant Flame will land on their head.
Radiant flames. Oh wait, he has advantage. It's magical. Sorry.
18. So, let me check something out here real quick. That's fine. That's fine. You know, that is my attack, so I'm gonna move back here. Pew.
Okay.
That's my turn.
Jarafel.
So, DM,
Yes.
what are your thoughts on the optional cleaving rule?
I'm all for it.
A reckless attack.
I believe that's if there's any additional damage, it goes into the next one, right?
As long as it would also hit.
Yeah.
So that's an 8 and an 18, so 25 on this guy.
Yes.
So holding him back, and then I pull his sword across and slash into him for 2d6 plus 6. 7 and 6 is 13.
Okay. So hold on.
You don't have to reroll the attack if the original attack just hits it. Goes
Yeah.
through.
So you cleave this dude, and you sink your sword. Right? You have a sword.
Yeah.
You sink your sword into the stomach of the other guy and yank it out. He's bleeding, guts are hanging out, but he is somehow standing his ground.
Oh, that will not do. That will not do. So that's a 9 and a 16, 23.
Yeah. How do you kill him?
Well, that's 15 damage, just so you're aware.
Yeah.
So yeah. Slashing across from the stairs side, cutting straight through this guy into his stomach, pull it out, and then slash down into the floor through him.
Gruesome. Perfect.
Yes. I like the cleave rule. It gets me more creative. Let's see. 5, because I do not care. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Good enough. Okay.
What is your alignment?
Mine?
Yeah.
True neutral.
True neutral. Okay. Do you want to have some fun?
Maybe.
Roll me a wisdom saving throw as you cut that dude into bits.
Sure. 3.
3. Okay. As you cut this man down, because I'm using one of the optional rules of the 9 Hells with this, just altering it a little bit. As you cut this man down violently, just slaughtering him, the effects of Avernus are starting to take a toll on you. It's not the heat. You have your, the heat isn't bothering you whatsoever. It's just the psychological effects of Avernus begin taking a toll on you. Your alignment's now lawful evil.
I gained law from chopping a man in half.
You are becoming one with the devils.
Oh my god.
Man, now I got to speak in bargains.
Hey man, just make some deals with people.
You're already on the right track.
Alright, so Jarafel, you're feeling the effects of Avernus. The White Abishai. I assume he doesn't still have disadvantage, correct?
Yeah, it's just for the round. It's whoever I hit that round.
Well, he's gonna reckless against you, Hogarth.
Boo. Ah, wait. Is it? No, never mind.
Well, it's the start of his turn. You can certainly try killing him.
No, I already used my reaction
Oh,
when
you
he
did.
used his.
Longsword.
Man, fine. I'll take damage.
Claw.
Oh my god. What are you... Oh wow, wait.
That's
hold on.
17.
I'm hurting.
Yeah, that's
Wait,
17
hold
plus
on.
9, so that's
26.
Hold on.
26.
This isn't good. This is not what I expected.
Alright, this cultist is dead. Hogarth.
Okay. I'm gonna just sort of stick my dagger into this guy's mouth and try cutting out some
Okay.
teeth.
Advantage. See if you get a crit.
Give me. Aw.
Yeah, he had 1 health left.
Yeah, and you want? Nah, I don't care. Kill him more.
He's dead.
What? That's my turn.
Okay.
I'm hurt. I'm hurting.
10.
Okay. I'm going to fly up around over here. Beep. And I'm going to bonus action move my hex on this guy. And I'm going to shoot him with my Eldritch Blast.
Alright. He's dead, and combat is over. I would have asked him to
do
bits.
I always get so hurt?
Were you raging?
Nope.
That's probably why.
God damn it.
Good goddamn.
I want to live.
How you doing over there, Hogarth? How are you doing?
I've got a lot of scratches.
Oh, well, that sucks.
One more. Why not?
Oh yeah, I forgot you have spell slots now. You can heal yourself. Alright, well, with...
That's not what I'm...
Here, let me move over here for a second. Stop! Stop running for a second, Jericho. Come back over here for 1 sec. 1 sec, come here. Come here. You guys are our front people. You guys need the health, just like me. So, I am going to use a 2nd level spell slot on myself and Jericho and Hogarth and cast Aid. So your maximum has increased by 5, and you automatically heal up those 5.
Yeah, because it's a total maximum up.
Yeah, and it lasts for 8 hours.
Cool.
So the 3 of it, and I gave myself more HP because, well, you know,
I'm
I'm selfish sometimes, and I'm squishy. And I really don't think, because my healing spells didn't affect Hensola before, I don't think Aid would affect them, because it effectively heals you and gives you more. So I'm like, I don't really want to waste that, so I'll just keep it to myself. And dude can summon an army of raptors, so really he doesn't need anybody any help. We're cool. So yes, you have more HP now. You have 5.
Yeah.
Cultist pamphlets. I want to join the treasure mode yet.
Alright, cool. I'm gonna push through the curtains.
You see what you saw when you were on the balcony.
I approach the dais.
Alright.
Okay.
You approach.
And I step on the dais.
Oh
You
gosh.
step.
On the die.
And you hear a click, and then you feel shifting beneath you as a staircase leading down is slowly revealed.
Mm.
Oh, I'll take it. I'm just going straight into it.
Someone
So-
just disappear? Oh god.
Did those
No?
did the people we brought in here, you think they're still alive, or
Should
is
we?
this where they're supposed to be? I don't know.
Who
They
knows?
went in the catacombs. They said.
I assume these have a catacombs.
Into the catacombs.
Should we
It's
check this
catac-
floor anymore, or just go down?
it's a catacombs because it's a honeycomb.
I think there's stairs down here.
I don't know about that one, man.
Bees, devil bees. It's a joke.
Are you guys heading down?
Yeah,
I am.
I'll go down too.
Also, I'm legally required to say any joke that I think of, no matter what. So.
I'm gonna share this a bit early because it's funny. 1 second. 1 second.
Is it a joke?
No, but kind of tacks alongside yours.
Devil bees?
How big are they?
Oh, you know. Not as big as a normal wasp.
But hellish.
Why would they be as big as a normal wasp? Okay.
Cool. I guess we're heading down the stairs.
Oh, wait, I think I gave you a description.
Of the hell wasps?
No,
or of the staircase?
Catacombs. Let me go to my thingies. Oh, too far. There it is. Yeah, you guys can roll stealthy majouthies.
Okay. I'll wait up here.
Okay, you guys don't see anything, you just see a staircase. That is.
Hello? Is anyone here?
You know what? Checks out. Can I cast on somebody
Housekeeping.
else? That's the real question.
Uh,
Yeah, it's on anyone within 30 feet. No, it's my voice booms, damn. I can throw it though. Hello? Housekeeping. That's good, that's good.
We're in the same spot.
Yo, wait. DM, there's a circle here.
Yeah.
I think
like
it's a torch.
It's like a wall sconce.
Oh, got it.
You pick up the circle. You now have circle in your inventory.
Yes.
That's
You can use it to put behind any one number at any
Maybe
given time.
you'll find square.
Oh my god.
What are we in Squid
I've
Games?
already got line here.
Yeah, we do have line. Oh wait, guys, the entire map is square.
Mmm.
Dun dun
Yeah.
dun. So
I don't.
I pick up the
wanna
floor panel.
Go forward.
So Jarrafel, you
Yes.
see a small isolated tomb that opens up at the end of this flight of broad stairs. Stop moving, you up there. Thrive, stop. Pause. You see a isolated tomb opens up at the end of a flight of broad stairs off the open central area of this level, and you see the body of a young woman lying on, I don't know how to pronounce that word, so I'm not even going to try, and you see a gleaming B-I-E-R, and a gleaming greatsword at her side.
Ooh.
Well, fuck. Alright, I want it.
Well,
I
shit.
stealth my way up to the corpse.
Okay.
I'm gonna just keep an eye from back here, just in case.
Thry, do roll me a perception, though. 20? Okay, so you can take up the greatsword, Jarrafel, and Thry, as you're at that corner, you can hear what sounds to be dozens upon dozens of whispered voices talking to each other.
Can I stealth around the corner?
You may.
Is the make and model of this greatsword of any concern to me, or is it just kinda there?
It seems to be a simple-looking greatsword. And Thry, you can see what looks to be dozens upon dozens of survivors and refugees all huddled in these catacombs.
I guess
Just
I
for the sake of it, I'm going to put you here just so you can see the scope of how many people.
With him looking at this greatsword in such a way, can I
No,
do some type
here.
of check to see if it pulls off any type of magical essence?
Sure,
An Arcana check, perhaps?
you may.
I will, as I'm focusing on it, I will like really like peel my eyes and look at it and try and just like stand back while he's doing his thing, but I will give myself guidance and really try and just pick up on anything off of it. So a 24 plus a d4, so 27
There
Arcana.
is a magical essence flowing through this blade. And with that high roll, I will tell you, it seems to be, let's just say, an anti-devil essence.
Jericho, I think you want to hold on to that. It's magical in the way that it kills devils better, I think.
I will sheath my original and hold on to this one until we get a chance to, theoretically, get a chance to attune. I don't even know if it needs it, but...
I don't know. I don't know. Do we recall, because I can't remember if you did this last game as a ritual or not, does Thurai have Identify?
Identification.
He does.
Okay, I couldn't remember, and since because I think I don't think you've used it before, or maybe you have, I don't know, but
I think he does.
Okay, maybe somebody else can figure out what it does specifically. I don't know. All I know is it's gonna kill devils better, and it's kind of magic. So there you go. Hold on to it, I guess. We should probably go find everybody else. Just
The
don't
pen
hit
is
me.
mightier than the sword.
I just hold up the great sword. You sure about that?
Not within swinging distance, no.
Well, I'm glad that you're on my side when you're outside of swinging distance.
Hin, like, pulls his glasses down and gives a little bit of a wink.
Where did Raptor Boy go?
Could I get a sight for who, if you don't mind?
Let me edit that. You guys can keep moving, keep doing your thing.
I bet he went up.
Probably.
I mean, I have this bad habit of going the opposite way of where the party goes.
And then-
I mean, I
Yeah.
was gonna say, if you could like do that thing where you get all of the enemies here to us, but I don't know if there are any. So
Okay, I'll go this way. If I see any, I'll just not be seen. How about that?
Yeah.
Just walking down the hallways. Not really being stealthy because I'm not good at it. Just kind of walking.
Hogarth, as you walk up there, you see Slobber Chops.
that means
He's the
there
flying
are
cat.
eyes nearby.
Slobber Chops meows at you and then flies this way.
I don't think I particularly hear any commotion over there, so I'm gonna turn around. Start heading down this hallway.
Thanaris. You walk down here, and you see what looks to be vaults. And ahead of you is a vault. To the left and right of you are mausoleums. It seems to be that this is a holding place for all of the fallen who were slain as the city was drawn into Avernus. As there are piles of covered corpses in all three rooms.
Are there any items of interest anywhere in here? Or anything? Cool. Just a bunch of dead people that way, guys. I'm gonna keep going this way.
Hogarth, as you join Thurai, you see the horde of refugees and survivors all huddling and talking amongst themselves.
Who the heck is this leader guy? We can't be having any leaders here.
Well, I can tell you.
Yeah.
Daenerys, that's more vaults and mausoleums down there.
Cool. Doesn't look like they're gonna come alive and try and chase me, right?
No.
Good. That was my main concern. Like, oh shit, lots of dead stuff.
Let's see,
Make it
that's
go this
not
way.
what I need. Well, you find the refugees and survivors.
Oh, more of them? Oh, hey. There's my... Oh, hey. Hey.
Hey.
So,
Hey.
you see
Hey.
this large crypt area is presently home to over 100 frightened people. They are cowering behind sarcophagi and in alcoves, their eyes red and their cheeks stained with tears. Standing before them, standing before a large font, is a haggard woman, her gray hair matted with sweat. With one arm, she clutches a leather-bound tome to her breast, and in the other she wields a ceremonial mace that looks like it would probably shatter if struck anything harder than a pillow. And it looks like she's trying to basically calm everyone down. She's acting like the de facto leader and trying to calm everyone down. She looks to be a priest of the High Hall. Or an acolyte of the High Hall.
Hello, everyone. We're looking for a Jermaine Willowgart. He's a tattoo guy. Is he here?
You hear from one of the back corners, you hear, what was the other guy's name?
Henrik Willowgart
Henrik,
is
yeah.
the guy who's with us.
You hear
Jermaine
Henrik,
Willowgart.
you hear Henrik shout out from down here, oh yes, over here, I found him!
I have no idea where he shouted from.
Shouted
but
from
I'll
the back
go
of the
into the crowd.
Well, okay.
Listen, I need to get a tattoo, okay? Hold on.
He just like telling random people, get out of my way, I gotta get inked. Gotta get inked.
So
Are
this
these
is
your-
Henrik, and this is his brother.
So is this your congregation?
Yes, these are all the survivors that have come to High Hall. I've been doing my best to keep everyone calm. The Grand Duke should have been here. The Grand Duke was here with a group of guards, but they left to head to the Grand Cemetery to investigate rumors of undead patrolling there, so it's just me. And you would know the Grand Duke to be Ulder Ravenguard. You've heard that name before.
Well, I don't know how long this city has before it completely falls to the war that's happening outside. You know there's a war out there, right?
Unfortunately, I am well aware.
What are you gonna do with all these people?
Put faith in Torm that he will save us, I suppose, and hope the Grand Duke can find something at the cemetery. This is so far the only bastion of defense in all of Elturel.
Well, I think we killed everything that was upstairs. If that helps. There's a lot of crabs.
It helps, but leaving the High Hall wouldn't be recommended.
No.
And she kind of like points to everyone. They're all in states of haggardness, their clothing torn. They don't look great.
Well, I can't heal all of them, so, you know, it kind of sucks. But, I mean, what are they hoping to find in the cemetery?
Hold on. I can tell you. I think. She says that the Grand Duke went to the cemetery in hoping that a holy relic in the cemetery's chapel called the Helm of Torm's Sight might provide awareness into Elturel's dire circumstances and possible salvation. The acolyte's name is Faria, by the way, and she tells you that she's worried that some terrible fate may have befallen the Duke as they were expected back hours ago.
Well, I'm guessing the next thing you're gonna ask us is to go get the Duke.
If the cemetery holds an answer to saving Elturel, And if you're willing, I have to stay behind and look after all of these folk.
Could Therai butt in quick?
Yeah.
He'd ask her if there's anyone here capable of fighting, because he has some weapons they could use.
You look over the crowd. Most of them seem to be simple civilians. None of them really in fighting condition, even. A lot of them are terrified out of their minds, and most likely at the simple thought of leaving the High Hall, they will shut down.
Oh, I didn't mean for them to leave. I meant for them to stay here. Like, for anyone that can help defend this place. Like, I'd give them weapons to help them defend.
I mean, yeah. I mean, they possibly. They don't look soldier-worthy at all. They're wives, they're children's, there's women, frail women, who look just frail men. They look like they haven't eaten in a few days. None of them look great. This is
What
like,
about the guard?
the guard, or Feria, yeah, she's like the last bastion for these people. If anything attacks, she's going to fight with to the death. She looks like she can fight. But amongst all the civilians, she looks probably the only one.
I meant the other guard, too, that we sent down.
Oh yeah, he's here, but there's only 2 people who could probably fight. Also get ready.
I guess can I show them the weapons I brought to see if they want any of them to use?
Feria will take a halberd if you're giving one, whereas I forget his name already. Where the other guard would keep his spear.
So I had 5 glaives, 1 halberd, and a heavy crossbow.
Yeah, Feria would take the halberd.
Would the other guard want a heavy crossbow or any civilian that's capable of using it? Maybe he's a hunter?
None of them really look capable.
I guess could my character just ask out loud, are there any hunters here or anyone who is capable of using a heavy crossbow? Just help defend.
I'm just gonna flat type now.
Okay, cool.
They don't look great. It doesn't look like any of them really could put up a fight even if they tried. It's dire situations. You guys find 6 gold pieces on the bodies.
Well, I guess.
I'll share.
I think that was just saying he'll share the gold.
I guess we should go to this cemetery then and find this duke and see what's going on there. I'm gonna walk over to Hogarth, just make my way through here and see if he's got his tattoo done yet.
I guess could I give her the last 5 remaining good berries from like the night before?
Sure. Well, if Hogarth wants a special tattoo, you still need high-ranking devil blood, but now you have the man who can do it.
Yeah. I'm mostly just checking like he's okay.
Yeah,
and can give me a tattoo if I get blood.
He's definitely among the group who looks worse for wear. He doesn't look great, but he looks decent enough. He looks like he can work. Also, Hen and Jareth, you guys just moved back here for a second.
Thingies.
This is a large temple area that looks to be used or have been used for private ceremonies involving powerful and respectable figures in Elturel. Each of these semicircular alcoves you see contain an elaborate, upright sarcophagus holding the body of a former priest of Torm.
Alright. Good for them. I care not.
As I'm walking with Jarethel, I'm like doodling in my book like a crude map of like where we're going.
Okay.
Pew, 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 pew. You said there was like a sarcophagus over here?
In each of those little semicircles, there are sarcophagi. So down here and up here, in each of these little circles.
Han will look over at Jarethel and be like, "Are you sure these won't have something good to loot?"
Well, it depends what kind of church they belong to. Let's crack one open.
Give me a dexterity check.
Just flat decks?
Just straight dex.
Okay. I can do that. That's cocked. That's an 11. I'll use that D8, I suppose. 15.
15. Okay, it takes a little bit, but with Hen's help, you eventually wrench it open, and inside is a partially decomposed corpse. Nothing on it.
Alright. That's all the investigation I need.
Yeah, at least we tried.
When I see them start to make their way... Will they make it their way back here yet? No, I don't think they have.
More
Whenever.
vaults and stuff up here with corpses.
Mm-hmm.
I will spread the word on the cemetery to the others that are here right now. And the Duke.
Alright. So Thurai and Hogarth, you know about the cemetery, and the Duke, Ulder Ravenguard, is there.
The helm.
Yeah.
That sounds like our next stop.
13. This is room 13, guys. There's this thing there.
Yeah!
You see, this is a crypt that holds the bones of those who served Torm and Elturel through their knowledge instead of magic or skill at arms, teachers, engineers, sages, and other public servants. Plain stone shelves in the 11 alcoves each hold one set of remains.
I am uninterested.
I
But I will
will
remain.
take a look around. Who knows?
Sure, give me an investigation.
Alright. You know that thing that I'm really great at? Okay, give me a sec. Investigation. Group.
You look around, and you're no stranger to pilfering through, corpses and the
Right.
bones of dead people. So you go
Right.
shifting through one of the alcoves, one of the shelves, and you find hidden behind some of the bones are 9 red amethysts and a potion of greater healing.
Alright.
The amethysts are 50 gold each.
Okay, you said 9 of those?
9 red amethysts worth 50 gold each and a single potion of greater healing.
Alright, after I find those, I'm gonna pocket them and, like, run over to Jarethel. I'm gonna be like, "Hey, buddy," and I'm gonna, like, hand him the potion of greater healing. This might be useful for you.
Mm.
And then, like, toss him 2 amethysts.
Wunderbar. Two 50 gold piece amethysts. Red amethyst.
Mhm.
Cool. I'll just smile to him. More of a smirk.
I'm gonna go up here and kind of look around some of these, see if I see anything else. Since I'm not really getting anything else from the lady, I'm just gonna kind of go and look through. Just take another casual look in any of these things, see if I see anything useful.
You do see two wide fonts that contain holy water.
Ooh. Well, I like holy water. I'm a religious-y person. I'm gonna go look at it.
You go look at it. There is enough holy water to fill 50 flasks.
That is a lot of flasks, and I don't believe I have that many. I have 2 holy water flasks that are currently full of holy water.
This room looks to be like a council room. There's a large oval table made of fine red oak that fills this room, and it's surrounded by 40 chairs.
Gotcha.
Oh, look, Daenerys.
You know what I'm gonna do? Because this just sounds hilarious. A font is like a giant, almost like a bird bath, I think, right? That's what they are?
I think these circles are supposed to be them.
Oh. I gotcha. Well then... oh, that would make more sense, that you can fill 50 flasks in those things. I am going to wash my face and my hands in them in the holy water. And like kind of splash some on me from this one, and then do the same thing over here. See if I feel any different, if I feel any more cleansed or any, I don't know. See if it does anything. And as I'm like sticking my face in there, I don't know. I'll drink some of it.
A dexterity saving throw.
Sure. Oh no. I have to do this at disadvantage because my shield is so big. Doesn't matter, it's still okay.
Yeah, you're fine. Nothing happens.
Oh, okay, cool. As I get out and like shake it off. Now I'm pretty sopping wet. But that's fine. I'll be like, hey, apparently there's a cemetery with the Duke and some fancy helmet, I think. I don't know. We should go check it out. I yell.
Quick question.
Yes.
Am I aware of attunement? Like, I don't think I have any attunement things if I need to attune to this special greatsword.
Y'all know what attunement is. Y'all are magical peoples.
Okay. I'm going to...
There may or may not be a special trigger for the sword that I'm waiting on.
Okay.
Where did you find that sword? What was it on top of again? Like just a random corpse?
Pretty much.
Dip it in holy water. Sometimes that does stuff for, I don't know, other stuff. Maybe you can make it more devil killing.
Yeah, sure. I guess I'll stand away and dip the, like, top half in.
Okay. You dip the top half of the sword in, you take it out, and congratulations, you triggered the effect. You feel this surge of holy energy flow through your arm, and you are essentially insta-attuned to the sword. It is a +1 greatsword. However, when you hit a devil with it, it deals an additional 2d4 radiant damage.
Ooh.
Oh. Okay.
And you know what? I'm gonna add something else on that. They have to make a wisdom saving throw of 14 or be frightened of you.
Spooky.
Damn. So, you guys want to go to the graveyard now, or still got business here?
I don't think we have no business here. I think we can go to this graveyard.
Nice.
Yeah, guys, one thing I was thinking on quick. Remember we had that one mason we saved?
Hmm?
What if he works on knocking down one of these entranceways? So they only have to worry about one entrance for possible enemies to come in?
I mean, I think the entrance is pretty much a secret to get in, right? Unless someone runs into the dais and clicks it. But I mean, having more safe ways out is not a terrible idea.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm not so sure about collapsing underground buildings.
It looks like a hefty task, too, if I'm being honest. By the way, Mr. DM, you said I had a holy surge through my arm and such because of the... Uh-oh.
I've been muted.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, hi.
Hi.
You
Hello.
said that I had a holy surge through my arm. That's not like a hurtful thing, right?
No, and I was even gonna say, if you wanted to, this would be the second time it happened in a day. If you wanted to swap to, like, not lawful evil to a different lawful, you can do it.
Go with lawful neutral. Get closer to my parent alignment.
Align 2 alignment swaps in one day.
Oh my god.
One major alignment swap.
But no, it wasn't painful.
No, okay, cool.
It was a feeling of, oh my god, I'm gonna kick some butt.
Oh my god.
Also, since I was muted when I said this and then you heard me, everyone please roll me perception.
Yeah, absolutely no one heard you.
We all mutually ignored you.
Oh my god, right.
So thankfully, it wasn't a high roll. All of you do hear it. First of all, you feel it. You feel the ground beginning to shake. And then you see dust and like pebbles and parts of the ceiling start falling down on top of you. And as everything begins falling, you hear a sound, a familiar sound you heard earlier in the day or night. Who can tell what time it is in Avernus? You hear the faint sound of the loud infernal horn of the train blaring.
Oh, snap.
Well, I guess that'll be our alarm clock. I don't know.
Hey, fellas. I just got a new tool to help us jack the train. As I wave around my devil-killing sword.
And there is indeed a pretty nice, not enough to give you light, but all of you can see a visible, like, radiant glow coming from the sword.
The more he waves that around, the more Hen just like takes another 5 feet back.
Everyone back up.
Well, I'm gonna look at the leader of these folks. Be like, so where's the way to the cemetery?
Hold on a second. If you look on your handy dandy map of Elturel, you will see.
Hey,
Oh, man.
that's where we arrived.
Oh, it's like twice the
hole.
distance from where we were.
Is it that whole side of this half of the map?
Well, you're in the high
there's
hall.
a little
Yeah.
square.
Yeah.
The Grand Cemetery is off to the very left.
Yeah,
Just
but
like-
is it just that, or is it that whole
No, it's just everything underneath the
No.
Grand Cemetery.
You
Oh,
can you can look. There's like a little line box thing around it. It's like just a block of cemeteries, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, well, I guess that's where we gotta go.
Yep.
Heading off.
Let's do it.
Alright,
Yeah,
all of
let's
you,
go.
I'm gonna
Let's
grab.
go.
I'm gonna kidnap Hogarth for a second.
No.
Bring him back.
God damn
I'm
it.
gonna kidnap you real quick. And copy all of you together. Oops, I didn't want to do that. Copy. As we move maps. Ooh.
Whoa. That's some crazy stuff.
Spooky times. You know, fun fact, if I really wanted to be evil, I could have convinced all the people to group up for warmth and just fireballed the whole collection.
Jesus.
That
You wouldn't be lying.
would have been.
I didn't say I was going to, but I
So
did the math
no one,
in my head and it could have worked.
No one move when I move you.
Spooky.
So, as you begin walking the streets, you brave Elturel once more. Nothing interesting occurs. You eventually make it to the cemetery, the Grand Cemetery, and as you begin walking forward, you see 10-foot high brass fence that once surrounded Elturel Cemetery has fallen in numerous places. There's a wide gate allowing access to the ground that has been torn from its hinges. Severed humanoid body parts adorn the spikes atop the fence posts. Some of the body parts wriggle and writhe as if undead, twitching in concert with the lightning flashes of that crackle down into the city. Cracked gravestones and crumbling monuments are scattered across the cemetery grounds, whose center is occupied by a chapel dedicated to Lathander, Torm, Helm, and Tyr. And this once holy structure now glows with a fetid purple radiance. And as you get closer to the chapel, you notice 3 large minotaur-like skeletons standing guard. You see that the city's descent into Avernus has taken its toll on this once beautiful chapel. Nearly all of the stained glass windows along the outside walls have been smashed, and the main doors hang open, with no sign of any other creatures in or around the building can be seen. And congratulations, you're now level 6.
Woohoo! Woo! Alright. Level 6. Because I imagine we're about to fight these dudes and have a real bad time.
Oh wait, never mind.
Let's see.
I thought I was going to.
Alright, so I have a D6. Let's see. 4. Okay. We still have that, the aid, because it's 8 hours, so.
Oh my god! You got max on a D12!
Woo!
Beast!
Yeah, catch up.
How much health do you have? What?
Oh, at level 5 I had 70.
What? Okay.
You have whatever you had plus that 5 more now.
Oh yeah, rocking 75. I rolled a 4, which is less than half. Are we going with the optional half, or are we sticking with whatever we roll no matter what?
If you get less than the average, you take the average.
Okay, D12. Half is 7 for some reason. I'll take it.
There you go.
So, I'm at 78 hit points right now.
Jeez, man.
What's your con mod? Like 3?
Yes, it is. But I also rolled really well.
Yeah, so you just got 10 more HP, Jesus. Oh yeah, I get another spell. I should look at that, huh? I get one more spell, guys.
You guys
What is it,
suddenly
D8,
realize
right?
that Hen isn't breathing anymore.
Correct.
Hen's dead.
Okay.
Hen is a corpse.
Mm. Oh no.
Of course.
I was going to take level in Druid for Dark Vision spell, but nah. I'll stick with my torch. Is everywhere in hell just dark, by the way?
Oh no, it is brightly lit. Everything's on fire.
Okay, good. Because I've been walking around with like this, I assume, just like because I have torch vision the entire time I was there, I just assume like it's just always dark, but I don't know.
No, yeah, Avernus is perpetually on fire.
Okay, I have been leveled. I'm.
Alright, so,
Alright, cool.
when everyone's done leveling, just type done in the chat, please.
Oh yeah, more sorcery points. I get to do more butt kicking stuff. Yeah.
I got more rages.
Yeah.
Oh. Did you get an extra damage to a rage yet, or no? No, that's until
No, that's
9.
way freaking further along.
Jeez, man.
You don't get that until like level 9.
One more level until I get my extra attack. Yay.
And you'll never take damage again.
Oh, geez, thank you. Because now I'm also never going to need to, like, breathe, drink, or, like, sleep again. Or, well, actually, I think I still need to, like, sleep, but...
Can you do that as long as you're raging? There's no limited uses for it?
I can just do it, but it costs a reaction.
Oh, dude, that's...
But yeah, it's
awesome.
totally limitless.
That's good.
Wait, that's actually really good.
Yeah,
What the
it's
fuck?
great.
Oh my god.
I'm a fucking beast, dude.
Now maybe I will.
I need to play a frickin' Ancestral Guardian.
I didn't think they were that cool. I thought they were Dale, but like
I was introduced to him through the podcast Dungeons and Daddies, not a BDSM podcast. But he plays one, and his spirit shields are the fathers that he considers to be the most important in his life. So his actual dad, George Washington, and then like one of the founders of the NFL or something, and so those are all of his dads that protect him.
That's the podcast where they all literally just play dads, right?
Yeah.
Because I think I've seen they made Hero Forge minis for their dads.
oh my
Yeah, they're funny. All right, I'm leveled up too. I think we're all good.
Hi, you done, Lynn?
I just have to pick a spell, but besides that, I'm good.
Okay, well,
So I'm pretty much good to go.
we're gonna do our usual thing. Hogarth, what'd you take with your level up? And
Okay.
yeah, what'd you take with your level up? Everyone's level 60.
I got 13 max HP. That's pretty cool. And I took a +2 into strength.
Nice. Jerifel, what you get?
I received Spirit Shield as well as average hit points, which I realized I forgot to add Constitution, so I'm actually at 80 base hit points.
It's a lot of health.
I'm not catching up to you. No, I'm just.
No, you're not. But yeah, I can help everyone at this point. Also, I got an additional raid, so 4 per day.
Nice. Hen, what about you?
I just my My current maximum is 51 hit points. I got Spirit Shroud, just in case things get close to me and I want to be cool. And then also, I got Grave Touch. I don't have to breathe, drink, or eat ever again. I can switch, once a turn I can switch the damage I do to necrotic damage. And if I'm in my undead, my form of dread, I can do an additional damage die or something like that.
That's pretty solid.
Yeah.
Thurai, you pick your spell.
I am still focusing on that, but besides it, I am now up to 48 health.
Solid.
And I probably got my favorite feature of the Druid class.
Are your raptors magical now?
Yes.
Raptors are magical.
And they have more health.
They have more
They do.
health. Alright.
Because they
30
needed
hit
that.
points per hit dice, which can
Yep.
stack a
And
lot.
last but not least, Daenerys, what'd you get?
I got 6 more hit points, so my current maximum when I'm not under effects of the spell is 39. I got another 3rd level spell slot and a spell, and then I also got this 6th level pretty ability where if me or any ally within 5 healing spells, I can roll, I can burn a sorcery point, and they can re-roll all of their hit dice, all of the spells dice, if they didn't get what they want, up
Well,
to
damn.
all of them. So like if I roll a cure wounds and it's just real shitty, I could just burn a sorcery point and re-roll it and potentially max it out.
That's just one sorcery point.
But it's only once per turn, and it has to be within 5 feet of me, so we have to be like grouped. But you
Also
know,
healing spells, but
yeah. Bits. Any healing spells. But yeah, I have a thing that lets me do it for attack spells. I can basically put it this way. I can spend a sorcery point and up my healing damage, my healing stuff, and I can also spend a sorcery point and reroll up to 4 of my damage dice. So I have the ability to burn points and reroll any of my dice for any situation that we are in. So I'm building the most utilitarian burst damage sorcerer I think I can. So
While also
Anyway.
having a fireball with a DC 20 save.
yeah, that too. But I'm not
Guys,
gonna.
I think we're
I'm not
power
gonna tell you-
gamers.
I'm not gonna tell you what my spell is until I have to use it.
You're not going to tell
So-
me, or I'm the
I'll
DM,
tell-
sir.
I'll tell you. I'm not gonna tell everybody else. Here,
I'm gonna
I'll
tell
whisper
those-
right
I
now.
can tell those
Well, I mean-
noobs.
I'm not gonna tell them until it's very situational. You might never ever see it, but you know.
We are unaware of your spell anyway, so
That's true.
True.
Well, in game, you don't know that I just picked up Revivify as my spell. So
And I will say, I do believe I said it in the chat a while ago. I may not have, but I feel like I did. I will be using essentially Matthew Mercer's resurrection rules.
that's cool.
ritual.
can you
What is that exactly?
clarify what that is? Yeah.
So
3 checks.
Yeah, you
Sorry.
have to. I can probably link it. Basically, I think it's for any resurrection spell that isn't an action. You have to put something into reviving the person, and you have to do a certain check. I basically set a flat number, or you start at 10, I believe, and you have to do checks and beat that number, and then I do one final roll, and if my roll, your checks basically decrease the save that I need to get above, and if I get above the save, that person is resurrected. If I get below the save, they're dead. When they get brought back, if they die again, the resurrection ritual the resurrection ritual save gets increased by 2, I believe.
I'm
hey.
pretty sure, yeah.
Good thing this isn't a ritual cast. It's just a section.
Don't know what you just said.
Just out of
Yeah, it's a lot.
curiosity,
I can find a link and send
Oh.
it.
I'll figure it out if the time comes.
Hypothetical for the party.
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone have a diamond worth 300 gold?
Oh, the other thing about that, because I asked Pi about that too. The first cast of any spell that we have that requires a component, we just have the component for free after the first cast.
Yes.
We have to find the component.
And
That's
after
actually a really sick rule.
after the first cast, if you need material components, you have to find the material components.
Yeah.
Just like with keeping track of ammo, you get 1 free cast of any of your spells that need components. After that, if it takes material components, you're going to have to find them.
You said he took Revivify, right?
Correct.
But no one knows that.
Nobody.
I'm gonna be honest. Not character, just player to player. I'm probably taking that too, just to be safe.
I mean, that's cool.
Alright,
But you
so
can change
Character
your spells.
development.
You can change your spells every single day. I can't. So just keep that in mind too.
So 2
But hey,
revivifies.
here we go.
So
Until we both die.
Yeah.
Then we're all screwed.
I think,
All right.
personally, you guys leveled up. You're staring down some Minotaur skeletons. Let's cliffhanger this shit and pick up the next time.
Rude.
Yes, sir.
Sounds good.
That's fine.
So everyone,
Minotaur
say goodbye to
skeletons.
YouTube.
Goodbye.
YouTube.